Welcome to Can Angels Fly? I'm Nancy, and I'm here to create a fairly short video. I do believe it'll be short. I want to talk about the prophetic messages I have been receiving through the stars. It is my belief that the stars are how God, the creator, universe, speaks to us. Us who? Me, you, and everybody that ever existed in this world. The issue is that we have been so far removed from the natural way of living relative to life that for hundreds of years, I think we've lost the ability to communicate with the divine. I didn't write a script for this video. I said I'm gonna just talk it out, just discuss. I try not to go through too much to create the videos now, because for some reason, since YouTube went through his whole new thing and my channel then fell off. I can barely get any views, so that does bother me. And the other thing is now they're like kind of flagging my videos relative to monetization. I don't get paid. I do like it. I like creating videos. Some of them are very time consuming, not including the research that I do before. I try to keep it as basic and entertaining as possible, but that too is getting difficult. I think it's called morale. We'll see where I end up going. I do think that I'll begin to just make videos once a month, and so I'm not going anywhere, but I think I may, I don't know, limit my time trying to create videos. I'm just rambling right now. I do have a topic. But then I do like y'all, the ones, that stick with me, those that come to visit me. So, and I always needed somebody to talk to about this kind of stuff. I'll see where it goes. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. This video is, I don't even know if I said it. It has to do, I did say it, with the messages I've been receiving in the stars. I was talking about how I believe that the stars are how, it's not just the stars, but how nature, the cosmos speaks to us. The stars align and speak to us. We are out of tune with nature, but nature is not out of tune with nature. The trees, the birds, the water, everything still listens to God's command. The moon, the stars all listen to God, universe, all's command. And they too give us messages. They let us know. It's an example of how we overlook some things that God, universe, all has said to us. Is if a storm is coming, an example is if a big storm is coming, animals will move away from the storm site. And if we were smart, when we see them do it, we would do it too. That kind of thing. And so God is always talking to us. Another example is when the wind blows, you can only hear it, you can't see it. But the trees bend to the will of the wind, which way the wind is moving. If you want to ride a wave, that kind of thing. We know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. We know these kind of things if we pay attention. And I don't believe there's, again, anything different when it comes to the stars. God is talking to us directly to man. Intimate dialogue. And the messages that I have been sharing, those little special videos, A couple of them, namely, are prophetic message. I changed the date on it. I think the last date was September 2017. Some prophetic message or something. Another is we done just about fucked up or something like that. Something good or evil, the battle between good and evil. Another one called spiritual battle. Another one had to do with September 23rd, 2017, which talked about actually receiving the messages from God, the all. Anyway, try to cut it short. Now, this next message I'm going to give you, I received last night, when I laid my head down to go to sleep. That was October 30th, 2017. Disclaimer, as I will always share, I am an amateur stargazer. I read the tarot cards, and the tarot cards to me are a pictorial description of astrology. Astrology is the defined or a dictionary of astrology, basically. And so I'm losing track of thought. I don't have a line of thought. I'm so discouraged. I'm so discouraged. I'm going somewhere. Just hold on, ride the wave with me, if you will. As I laid my head down yesterday, October 30th, 2017, as soon as I closed my eyes, a message hit me. Boom. I did not get it via the stars or anything like that. It was boom, it hit me. So I don't know 100% that this is the truth, because I have not read it in the stars. But as my name is Nancy, it came down on me like a boulder. Boom. I was like, and I just saw this stuff flashing before my eyes, and I wasn't thinking of anything in particular but going to sleep. I was tired. I stayed up really, really late, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just kind of trying to see how I should put this in order, because I want to point to something that just happened today or yesterday. I'm not sure. Should I save it to the end? No, I think I'll bring it down. And it is about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams. And she's relevant to what I'm going to share with you this evening. Many of you may know that she's supposed to have fainted while, doing her show due to overheating. If you saw the video, if you saw the show, you see she was dressed as the Statue of Liberty. She looked really cute. She had a long, green, flowing, wavy hair. And, she was dressed like the Statue of Liberty with her little green sequins dress on. She was fabulous. Then all of a sudden, she did this little lip bite like she does. And I thought she was just about to bite her lip like she normally does. But after she bit her lip, she kind of looked up in the corner and jerked back. And, she got them big old eyes. And I thought, what is going on here? I said, is this child having an aneurysm or something? That's what I thought of, because it's like she had pain or something in her brain. Now, they say she collapsed to overheating, but it seemed like she had some kind of pain or something in her brain. I don't know. And next thing you know, it was horrifying. When I see the video, it's haunting to me. It was horrifying. And she, boom, hits the floor, just, she out. And maybe she was fighting, trying to stay up, if the story is true, trying to overcome the heat. She's not feeling good, but she's trying, to stand up, do the show. She'll be sitting down in a minute. Is probably the way she was thinking if the story that they're saying is true. She just couldn't make it. It was that severe, whatever it was. And what I want to point out in parallel is that she was dressed as the Statue of Liberty. and the Statue of Liberty fell. The Statue of Liberty is a major landmark and symbolic sculpture that represents United States liberty, the land of the home and the free and the brave and all that. It fell. Wendy Williams, dressed as the Statue of Liberty, fell. Now, when I first see it, of course, that's not what I was thinking of. I was like really concerned because, like I said, it was haunting what I saw. I thought they was gonna say that she dropped dead on the stage. They said she merely fainted. Okay, get better, Wendy. Get better, Wendy Williams. Please get better. I like you. But what I'm really focusing on is that she was dressed as the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty fell on national TV. Now that I've shared that story or reflected upon that story, now I'd like to let you know or share with you what hit me last night on October 30th, 2017, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when I laid my head down to go to sleep. Hadn't been thinking of anything in particular. I watched some shows on the Netflix or something like that, and I said, I'm going to bed. And as soon as I laid down, it was like a big boulder fell on top of me. And I began to see. And it was the continuing part of the story of God's communication with us. Again, who am I? Take what I talk about with a grain of sand. But I'm going to share because I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So if you will, ride the wave with me and hear the next sequence to our story here on this earth, humanity's future. But before I can go into that, I got to play back over what I've been covering. One day, I think it was March 6, 2016, I had another experience around the same time at night. I share here on YouTube that God all came and had me pray along with others in the world, many others in the world. And he said that the strongholds were broken. He said, from this moment forward, you are all responsible for what you do. Anything you do from now on is a representation of your soul. And they are your works, or they are the residual influence effects that have been imposed upon you from the unknown realm. Nevertheless, you have the right to change. You don't have to do it their way, even though they've taught you this way, this dark, heavy way, demonic, unrighteous way. I'm trying not to be too religious. You don't have to do it that way. What is your self-expression? That's the next video. Let me stop. I hate when I make messy videos. I got to get motivated again. Before that, a couple of years before that, this is when I first started my YouTube channel. I was doing a whole lot of readings at that time. My channel was growing real quick. I was doing a whole lot of readings. And every reading I did, no matter what it was, seemed like it was ciphering. What they call it, ciphering the wheat or something. And I was like, how does, even though the stories were different, it was still this main theme of ciphering. Either you're righteous or you're unrighteous. You know, either you're good or you're bad, or what is it, evil, or whatever the case, good, whatever. You know what I'm saying. The battle between good and bad. Which led me to make a video sometime later called The Spiritual Battle Is On, where I talked about everything from the womb to the tomb, everything. Illuminati, I talked about everything, the music industry, everything, our bodies, food, you name it. All the planets, I talked about everything. It's hard for me to keep track of my thoughts. Oh. But I'm not going to write no script. And anyway, what was I saying? I got a lot on my mind. So I made that video 3 hours long. It was 3-part series. That should make me feel better. So we had this ciphering, this time where people, it's always been happening, and I think that's why we are not noticing it. But this time around the block is for a reason, a real live reason, as it has been in the past, some time back. Back then, a few years ago, when I made the video talking about good or evil or whatever, where it was talking about shifting or ciphering, shifting, good and righteous, good, righteous together with bad, evil over here, light over here, dark over here, really ciphering. And I don't be wanting to be religious here, but I do have that filter of my religious background. And so the language that I use, the terms that I use, can throw you off. So I'm trying not to use anything too religious because I don't want to lose those that watch. Just want you to acknowledge me for a moment. Think it over. I'm moving, y'all. And I brought that up because in the religious text, King James Version, original Bible I ever studied from, not ever, but the original Bible I studied from, talked about the shifting of people. And it also talks about how a person can't be lukewarm. You have to either choose to be hot or cold. Some years back, as I said, when I was doing all these readings, I was doing reading after reading, and it just had this main thing. People were being ciphered or shifted into the appropriate categories based on their soul. And many of us don't even know the state of our soul. Now, this was a few years ago. Scrappy, I don't understand what your problem is. I apologize. I'm going to calm down. 20 minutes in, and I haven't said a thing. Okay. You have to be either hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. This was 2 or 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, when I made that video. And it was showing that, and that's why I started talking about how we aren't capable, haven't been capable of paying attention because these things happen all the time. You break up with people. You meet new people. You lose a job. You get a new job. Some people are born. Some people die. Some people get sick. Some people get healed. On and on and on and on. All these experiences that create life. That create the stories of our life. But yet, it was this main theme again of this shifting. Okay. Then it comes to that experience I said I had where Divine had me and many others, multitudes of others within this world praying. And that prayer was orchestrated kind of secretively, sneaky. And it just was an onset, sudden onset. It happened. It broke the strongholds and freed humanity from the manipulation and influence of unforeseen forces. I shared already that God let me know after the experience that we all are responsible for ourselves, our works. And that, yes, we may have been influenced by some hidden or dark force that may have taught us, miseducated us. But it is up to us to get or be re-educated and live the way that we desire. I even talked about the Pokemon and how it kind of lined up with that experience. I loosely kind of connected that, where these little demons were representation of more of the elitist, mystical class, creating a medium in order to release these or those bound entities that had been cast down during that experience I had on March 6, 2016. I said I didn't like that game. It was just in my spirit. But okay, I ain't cool. It went on. I know I'm going to skip something. Again, I didn't write the script, so I'm just trying to get where I am today, right now. Ooh, I wanted to do it quick, but I'm going to do it slow and easy. Like Tina Turner would say, slow and easy. Anyway, so after that, I remember it was a solar eclipse in Leo or something that talked about express your fabulous self-expression. Get ready to roar. Do what you do. Man, okay. And I came back after reading the stars again. Well, when I created that video where it said express your fabulous self-expression, I'm like, Now, March 6, 2016, God said that, I know what I missed, that we were going to be responsible for our works. After that, I created another video because the message went on. I didn't interpret the stars at the time of that experience. I waited a while. And when I interpreted, it let me know that we're number one, that we're some very, you hear me saying, an egotistical, how was it kind of stated? Some self-centered, egotistical individuals. And we go after our own aims, not caring about the next person. And that the time was coming that we would continue to do like we always have done. But God himself would put a barricade or a blockage so that we couldn't move forward on those aims or desires. Then became the solar eclipse in Leo, whatever it was. And it says, express your fabulous self-expression, go do what you do, shake and move, And I realized, like, that is not making any sense to me. And so I had to go into some meditation. And when I came out, I was like, ooh, I see. God said, go ahead and do you. Go ahead and push, move forward on your own personal aims and desires. But the thing was, right after March, a couple of months after, because I procrastinated making a video and doing an interpretation of the stars like I was instructed by who? God, the all universe. It said, go ahead, you're going to move forward on it. He said it then. You're going to move forward on your own personal selfish aims and desires, but I'm going to put a blockage there. You won't be able to move. So here go the solar Leo eclipse, solar eclipse in Leo. And it said, go ahead and express your fabulous self-expression. So I'm like, okay. And I was like, but that's contradicting what I've been reading. I go into meditation. I come out, oh, God already see it. Universe, God, the all already see it. Go ahead and express your fabulous self-expression. Boom, it's going to be a block there. Okay, so that means that the universe, God, was compelling us to go ahead and do you. Go ahead and do you. But understand, which most of us wouldn't because we don't read the stars, we don't know God's language, we are learning it now, that go ahead and express yourself. But I'm put a block up. Those who read the stars know that God, universe, all put the block up. You cannot move forward on your egotistical, self-centered, selfish aims. But go ahead. It said that we were going to get extremely aggressive in our forward movement, in our pursuit to accomplish our aims. But the blockage would be there. And so I was like, oh, that's really dangerous. That's real dangerous. Why would he want us to do that? And he who universe God all, and say he's going to put a blockage up. But people in general don't know that. They have to have the experience to find out they bumping their head. Okay. And then the next thing was, I got to hurry up. I did 30 minutes rambling. Oh, man. I'm trying to go back to the story where it was told what was going to happen. And now it's been announcing the phases in which it's been happening. The next thing was, that we couldn't move forward. So it went through that phase of focusing really that you can't move forward. And then the frustrations are building. You're getting more aggressive, really trying to announce your aims, ambitions, motivate others, yada, yada, yada. Can't move, get forward, getting more aggressive, more depressed, more whatever you're going to do as a result of not being able to move forward the way you would like, hoped, or had foreseen. And so I can't remember the last thing. Well, let me just get to what came down on me the other night when I laid down. It was like the time is gonna come. Now I haven't read this in the stars, but this came down on me. I could see the boulder. It was like a big old boulder, like a moon rock, dropped on me. It was like, okay. The reason why God, all universe, I say that because everybody has different gods and different religions. Don't want to insult anybody. Is so that you can see who you are as an individual, free of the bondage, free of the stronghold, free of those dark hidden forces that were influencing us. Go ahead, move forward. So you can come to understand clearly who you are on a soul level. And not only you get to see, but others get to see. Get to see what? Who you are on a soul level. Now, all of us don't read the stars. I don't know why I'm jumping because I'm going to forget. We don't read the stars, so how do we know this? I guess we know it like a bird flying away from a storm or a tree bending to the wheel of the wind. We know. We just aren't paying attention because we live in a world of repetitive insanity, focusing on fairly insignificant things or have been manipulated into worrying about life and survival. Whole nother video though. Anywho, after that, I'm like, okay, what was it? Oh, it was, I did a video called Address of the Soul Address. Soul Address of the Soul, like addressing the nation. And that's when it was the I think it was the stars talking about how the soul is being, yeah, it was astrology, how the soul was being revealed through the eighth house. And the eighth house represents your interaction with others, the stuff that you're willing to get into and whom you're willing to get into it with, and how deep you're willing to go, and how people can oppose your will, those kind of things. And anyway, through those activities, your soul is being exposed. Your soul is being exposed to who? As I just said, to yourself and to those that see you, that witness you. Your soul is being exposed. And I also reported about the grand social mingle. And I was like, grand social mingle, we can't meet everybody in the world, I don't think. But we can meet who we meet. And when it comes to that grand social mingle, I've heard that we are within 4 people of knowing anybody in the world. I know 4 people. Each of those 4 know 4. Each of those 4 people that they each know 4 know another 4 people. So, it multiplies real fast. You're within 4 people of knowing anybody in this world. So the grand social mingle is going to be on. I haven't had any further announcement about that via the stars, or what would you call it when you just laying there and something come upon you? I can't think today. I'm just frazzled. And so now your soul has been exposed. Now that's active. Excuse me, that's happening. What's all active now is we're pushing forth on our aims. Our souls are being exposed. The barricade or blockage to what you really want to achieve is in the way. And you're getting more and more aggressive, more and more frustrated, or having whatever temper tantrum we may, or you may, or someone may have, because they can't move forward on what they want. And now, the other night, the boulder said that soon, and very soon, the barricades that block you from moving forward on your own selfish aims, I'm not going to say own selfish aims, the barricade or blockage set before you by God, all universe, that is not allowing you to move forward to accomplish your aims, will soon be removed. Now, remember, I haven't gotten it in the stars yet, so I haven't gotten an announcement of anything like that. This was just a, what do you call it, a vision, or can't even think. So the reason why this blockage is going to be removed and you're going to be permitted to move forward and to express your fabulous self-expression and be able to move forward on it. Remember, in the very, very first video I did, or second video, the prophecy, the end time prophecy, where humanity is headed, or something, I don't know, is, number one, the blockage was there to stop you, to take the time to see yourself. That was the soul address of the soul of address, or whatever it's called, address of the soul. Stop to see you. It's not just you seeing you. There are others that see you, not you physically, but your soul. And what really constitutes your soul. And God, Universal, has been giving us the time to evaluate ourselves, to readjust ourselves, to align with whom we are, who our soul is, what we are, our true values are. And I'm not talking about physical, worldly values. I'm talking about deep spiritual values are. In that video of soul address of the soul, I suggested that one make or create a totem pole, so that represented or was symbolic, or a pictorial type of drawing or etching of the works of your soul. If you are brave, an image of something that is brave. If you are a coward, an image of something that is cowardly. If you represent death, something that represents death. If you represent life, something that represents life. Create the totem pole of all the components that create your state of your soul. It's the state of the soul address. That's what it was called. And sit face to face with it and come to know yourself. Understand that you are being called into account. Called into account. Soon, 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 we all are going to be called into account. But before, we have a just God, obviously, even though I would disagree. But based on what I'm hearing and seeing and experiencing, it's state of the soul is important. We have been ignoring it for many, many, many generations, and God is aware of that. And He, just to use one term to represent God, is allowing us to evaluate ourselves and to, again, adjust ourselves accordingly without the improper influence of dark forces, hidden forces. He let us know that we will be held responsible for any and all of our works. He told us how to identify the state of our soul so that we know what to do. And we also know what He will see when He analyzes or takes account of our soul. Anyway, trying to keep track of my thoughts. The day will come that those barriers that God put down so that we couldn't move forward will be removed. That means that barrier symbolizes the time or the dead end to self-evaluation and adjustment. You will be permitted to move forward with your aims, your passions, your desires, whether egotistical or not. You will partake in those very things and will have the experiences associated with those things. Understanding that you are at least within 4 people of knowing anyone in the world, representing the butterfly effect. So, you as an individual, whatever your personal aim or ambition is, when the barricade is removed and you move forward, and you partake in that experience, that circumstance or situation, with whatever person, place, or entity. Now, this is global. This is from the individual level all the way up to the global level. It covers everything and everybody. That you will have a rippling effect throughout the rest of the world. You will influence everything and everybody. And it is, in your everyday, mundane, typical life, common little life, you may think that some of the things that you do not affect others. But in this case, overall, it always has. But again, I think that God is going to reveal to us. Now, I don't want to get anybody oyster cracker, anyone? I just thought I'd ask. Back to my Bible, going to my Bible. I've already studied. First one I ever studied. It talked about, and people believe, Jesus is coming back. God is coming back. There is a Savior. You, your Savior. You, your Savior. See, God made this world for us, and we are here in the physical. God is not physical in a traditional sense, and neither is He God intangible either. He is all things, but He gave us common sense. He gave us power and authority. He gave us dominion over this earth. We can deal with this. Oh, I know the video I missed. It talked about your sign holds the answer. It is your works that will create the future for yourself as well as any individual that may incarnate into this world hundreds and hundreds of years in the future today you are contributing to the terms and conditions associated with the contract of the existence of humanity from this day forward. I say for hundreds and maybe thousands of years. With that being said, out of order, get back where I was. I gotta hurry up. When a barricade is removed, you'll partake in that personal aim. That personal aim will affect and influence everything, the butterfly effect. Now, let me see, can I remember? I had to stop it. It was so much information. I'm just making it really as simple as I can for you. How did it go? Oh, Lord. Y'all patient. Few will be. Few will be. Number one, when the barrier is moved and you start moving forward on your aims, remember you're going to be held accountable for your works. God is like watching. And at that time, that's when we're going to really like move into what they call like the age of Aquarius. Groups and differences of opinions, debates, arguments, sudden events, and destruction. Your sign holds the answer. Each of us holds the answer to our upcoming events and our humanity's future. We have the ability. See, the devil only lived in this realm because of us. We are him. And our flesh bodies are demanding. We have urges, and we do whatever to satisfy them. Anything from sex, hunger, you name it, because we like it, because we want it, whatever the case. We will do whatever we need to do in order to satisfy this body. We don't want to hurt. We don't want it cold. We don't want it bored. We don't want to misuse, or if we want to misuse it, we want to get high, drink, do whatever. Do whatever. And that's what leads to the sin itself. So either we take control of our urges, our individual, egotistical, selfish aims, and we begin to become masters of ourselves and of our physical self, being respectable of others. And slowly, generation after generation, we can bring heaven back. It's up to us. Remember, the Grand Social Mingle is taking place so we can write this contract out about the future of humanity. But if we stay on the same track, if we all have the majority, because the majority rules, all these things I've talked about in previous videos, more of the story or the sequence of the story is coming in about what the message is. But if we continue to move forward on our selfish aims and stuff like that, and just staying in our lower nature, never rising to our higher man and woman, then we are going to bring hell and chaos upon this world like never been seen before. I can't remember exactly. I get so frustrated with myself, and I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to make a 2-minute video whenever I think about whatever it was. I can't even think now. But when those barriers raise up and you can move forward, when you find yourself finally able to move forward on that aim, make it good. Make sure that you know it's worth it. Make sure that it aligns. Well, it's going to align with what your soul is. It's going to align. It's going to be a complete expression of your state of your soul. And depending on the expression of the souls of humanity, the majority, will create the future for humanity. If we continue on the pathway that we are, we will bring hell down here. And the demons and devils that the Bible spoke of, and the dark nights and all those kind of things that will all be brought on by us, mankind. We will continue to learn and explore during the age of Aquarius, busting through limitations, boundaries. I'm talking about in intellect. And we're going to blow ourselves up. We're going to enslave ourselves, blow ourselves up, mutilate ourselves. We're going to be engaged and engulfed in the darkest place humanity has ever seen. Or we have a choice, but it has to be the majority that rules. We get back in line with life and live harmoniously with life the way it's meant to be done. Slowly but surely we would bring heaven back, a state of heaven or paradise, back to this earth. It was something else. It was something else. I had to stop it. It was just too much. And all I told you all about it was that the boundary will be lifted and you'll be able to move forward. Oh, I did start talking about God and people believing that Jesus is coming back. See, Jesus, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever you want to talk about, is here. And is already active. Is already speaking to us. And everything is already in motion. Will that being that you've been praying to and hoping to come out the sky? Chances are no. It's already talking to us. It's already letting us know what TI is and what we need to do. But are people really listening? No, I know they're not. We're too engulfed in our own individual insane worlds, whatever it consists of. But what we may see if we continue to move forward on this path are different celestial bodies crashing into Earth, different just destructive mechanisms, because either we're going to build it up or we're going to break it down. And if we decide to build it up, the universe is with us. If we decide to break it down, the universe is with us. And it's going to do whatever we ask it to do collectively. It's going to support us. So what I'm saying is not only will we be being destructive on this earth, I'm saying all these planets, Planet X, all this stuff they're talking about, all this stuff is going to come help us if we decide that we want to be destructive. If we decide that we're going to readjust ourselves and live in what we call a righteous manner, God, universe, all will adjust itself to support us. All I did was talk about the blockage. I can't remember. Total brain freeze. Can't even think no further. I guess the last thing I like to say, because I'm running out of time, is God dang if I can't remember. I was going to talk about the book of the Apocryphon. I want to say it was in, I don't know, one might have been John, because I really was into the John one, the hidden books of John, but it could have been other. But it was talking about how God has commanded the stars and the moon and the stars and the sun, whatever, to move as he has commanded. And it said that they will continue to move as he has commanded until an appointed time. Short interpretation. We've known the stars and the moon to stay their course, the sun to offer us day, and then the moon to accompany the night, and the stars as well to accompany the night. But at an appointed time, he can and will command them to do other things. Other things like what? Come to crash into your into Earth. You know, if just one major asteroid hit this Earth, what it would be capable of doing? It's not really that we need any help. Oh, that's another thing. Is we really don't need help. So when God coming down here, coming down here, or the devil coming, we don't need no help. We are the devils. One of us is flying the airplanes that's putting the chemtrails up. One of us is the one that's poisoning people or offering or processing or, people took control of the food supply. One of y'all is offering people stuff that's helping to make them sick. People are individually, like myself, we don't exercise or, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So what over time should we expect to happen is what I'm trying to get you to see. So we don't need no devil. If we are in the age of Aquarius and technology is increasing, knowledge is increasing tenfold, and therefore technology as well. Because see, we really have learned how to do some things since Adam and Eve. Guess what we're gonna do? A knife was good to cut things with. We killing animals too. Cut whatever you're gonna cut, but we kill each other too. Heat is great, but we blow each other up too. Love is great, but we hate each other, lie on each other, steal from each other, backstab. We do all that. What we need a devil for? He probably scared of us. We some deep down demonic mother suckers. We lie, we cheat, we steal, we perpetuate the evils of our bosses. And it's growing. It's going to grow as Aquarius moves from degree to degree in this, what do you call it? Can't even think. That's why I have to write notes. Too much in here. Getting it out today. A little bit. Age. The age. See, Aquarius is just an age in the eons. Repeated. And either we can learn the age of Aquarius through socialization, how to live together as humanitarian, or Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, sudden events, and we have Capricorn and Pluto. We're talking about destruction of the old system. Trust and believe, regardless of what, I'm gonna close with this. Regardless of what we choose to do, the old system is going away. That's why we're writing a new contract. Humanity is collectively writing the contract for the future of mankind here on Earth, of Earth, period, of all that is here. It's going to change. Old system, Pluto and Capricorn, is going to change. What do we want to change it to is the question. And what we end up changing it to is based on the majority's state of their soul. Either they are evil, let me use the religious word, either they are unrighteous, which will bring all that comes with unrighteousness, and it's living basically outside of the natural order of life in all its forms. You think about it, whatever, I don't care what you want to think about, it is that. Or you're going to live righteousness. We're going to live righteous, okay? A few religious words, if you'd have made it this far. When my brain clears up, when I can think, I will come back and let you know, because it was something else. I can't even get past the blockage. I just know that it was lifted and we're able to move forward. And I could see us doing the thing. We're really happy doing our thing, being very forceful domineering, controlling, manipulating situations, all kind of stuff. A lot of battles and power struggles and aggression. And I saw things breaking and being destroyed. Now it's just the early stages. So the whole thing up when that barrier come up, like I said, make sure it's right. Make sure it's right. And God said you will be held accountable for your soul. Stop. We are waiting for Christ to come back or whomever. Stop waiting. He says you'll be held accountable for your works. How will you be held accountable for your works? If your works are dark, heavy, evil, selfish, egotistical, narcissistic, then you will reap the benefits of your work. But if you are righteous and you are humane, etc., you, me, and every individual in humanity into the distant future will reap the rewards of being righteous. If you did, thank you for riding the wave with me, Nancy. And listen to me ramble on, trying to share. But my mind is full. So I got to work on myself a little bit. Anyway, thank you. Come to Ken Angel Fly. Catch you next time. Bye.